Your home should feel like a hug, but for most people, it doesn't. You clean it, you organize it, you buy new throw pillows, and it still feels off, still feels heavy, still feels like something is missing. And here's the part that nobody talks about. It's not the clutter, it was never the clutter. And most people never figure that out. Stay with me until the end of this video, because the last fix is the one that changes everything, and I've never seen it talked about anywhere else. Here's what's really happening. Your home isn't just a place you live. It's a living, breathing reflection of your emotional state, and it's constantly sending signals back to your nervous system. Every room is either telling your brain, you're safe, you can relax, or it's quietly whispering, something is wrong here. And when your home sends the wrong signal, no amount of cleaning or buying or rearranging will ever fix the way it feels. There's a reason some homes feel instantly warm the moment you walk in. And there's a reason others feel cold and tense, even when they're perfectly decorated. The difference isn't money, it isn't square footage, it's psychology. And once you understand it, you can't unsee it. I want to tell you about something I noticed visiting my neighbor years ago. She was in her late 70s, lived alone in a small 2-bedroom house. Nothing expensive in it, no fancy furniture, no interior designer. But every single time I walked through her front door, I felt my shoulders drop. I felt my breathing slow down. I felt genuinely calm. I used to think she was just a calm person. But then I started paying attention to what she had done and what she hadn't done, and I realized her home was doing something most homes never do. It was designed, intentionally or not, to make her nervous system feel safe. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that too. And if your home never quite feels right, no matter what you try, like this video, because you're not alone, and this video was made for you. Fix number 1. Stop fighting the light. Most people in the evening have every overhead light blazing at full brightness, and your brain absolutely hates it. Here's why. Your nervous system is hardwired to respond to light the same way it did thousands of years ago. Bright, white overhead light tells your brain, it's midday, stay alert, stay tense. That's the opposite of cozy. That's the opposite of calm. My neighbor never used overhead lights after 4 p.m., lamps only, warm bulbs, low and soft. And that small shift, that single habit, completely changes how a room feels emotionally. Swap cool white bulbs for warm yellow ones, 2700 Kelvin or lower. Use lamps instead of overhead lighting in the evenings. Even a single lamp in the corner of a room transforms the whole emotional temperature of that space. It signals to your brain, the day is winding down, you are safe, you can rest. Low budget fix. Massive emotional payoff. Now this next one is subtle. But once you hear it, you'll feel it every time you walk into a room. Fix number 2. Your furniture is probably too far from the walls. Wait, I know what you're thinking. Everyone pushes furniture against the walls to make the room feel bigger. But that actually makes rooms feel colder and more anxious. Here's the psychology. When furniture is pushed to the edges, the center of the room becomes a wide open, exposed space. And your nervous system reads open, exposed space as vulnerability, as unsafe. When you pull furniture slightly away from walls and arrange it inward, creating a gentle circle or cluster, your brain reads that as shelter, as belonging, as a gathering space. It feels like a campfire circle. And that feeling is deeply, biologically calming. You don't have to move everything. Start with your sofa. Pull it just 12 to 18 inches from the wall. Add a rug underneath to anchor the space. Watch how differently that room feels. It stops feeling like a waiting room and starts feeling like somewhere you actually want to stay. Subscribe if a calmer, cozier home is something you want, because we go deep on this stuff and there's so much more coming. Fix number 3. The smell your home is telling your brain. In a moment, I'm going to get to the lighting mistake that quietly ruins cozy vibes in almost every bedroom. But first, this smell is the only sense that bypasses the thinking brain and goes straight to your emotional center. Straight to memory, comfort, and safety, and most homes smell like nothing or cleaning products. Or that faint smell you can't quite identify but can't ignore. You don't need expensive candles. You need consistency. Pick one warm scent, vanilla, cedar, sandalwood, fresh linen, and use it consistently in your main living space. Over time, your brain begins to associate that scent with home, with safety, with coming back to yourself. It becomes a trigger for calm. Simmer a pot of water with cinnamon sticks and orange peels. Light one candle at the same time each evening. The ritual matters as much as the smell. My neighbor always had something faintly warm in the air. I used to think it was just cooking. Now I know it was intentional comfort, whether she knew it or not. Fix number 4. The bedroom lighting mistake almost everyone makes. Your bedroom should have zero overhead lighting in the evening. None. The moment you flip on a bright ceiling light before bed, you are actively telling your brain to delay sleep, to stay alert, to suppress the hormones that help you feel calm and safe. And you wonder why you can't wind down? Bedside lamps only after dark, warm bulbs. If you can, add a small lamp on a low surface, a nightstand, a shelf, the floor in a corner. The lower the light source, the more cave-like and safe your brain feels, and that cave feeling, that is the coziest, most deeply restful feeling a room can create. It's not aesthetic, it's biological. Comment the word cozy below if your bedroom never quite feels like a sanctuary, because I want to know how many people this is affecting. Fix number 5. Too much visual noise. Here's the honest truth that's uncomfortable to hear. Decluttering alone doesn't work, but visual chaos absolutely destroys peace. There's a difference. Clutter is about volume. Visual noise is about variety. You can have very few things in a room and still have it feel chaotic if every surface has a different color, a different texture, a different style fighting for attention. Your eye needs a place to rest. Your brain needs visual silence. This means choosing 2 or 3 colors and repeating them. It means grouping objects instead of scattering them. It means having one surface that is completely empty, not because minimalism is the goal, but because your nervous system needs breathing room. Look around your main living space right now. Find one surface, clear it completely. Leave it empty for 1 week. Notice how the room feels different. Notice how you feel different standing in it. Fix number 6. Anchor every room with something living, a plant, a bowl of fruit, a vase of branches from outside. Something that reminds your nervous system that it is connected to the living world. Studies consistently show that even a single plant in a room reduces cortisol, your stress hormone, and increases feelings of calm and safety. It doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be expensive. A small pothos on a shelf. A succulent on a windowsill. Your brain sees life and it relaxes. My neighbor had plants everywhere. Old clay pots, mismatched sizes, leaves brushing against the window. Nothing matched. Everything felt alive. That was the secret I kept overlooking. And now, the last fix. This is the uncomfortable one. This is the one most people resist. And that's exactly why their home never changes. Fix number 7. Your home reflects how you feel about yourself. Not how much money you have. Not how good your taste is. How you feel about yourself. People who feel unworthy of peace create homes that don't prioritize peace. They buy things but don't arrange them with care. They clean but don't tend. They decorate for guests, not for themselves. The most transformational thing you can do for your home is decide, today, that you deserve to feel comfortable in your own space, that you deserve softness, that you deserve a room that holds you at the end of a hard day. Because when you make that decision, everything changes. You start choosing things intentionally. You start tending your space like it matters. Because it does, and so do you. A cozy home is not a luxury. It is a form of self-respect. Go back through these fixes today. Start with 1, just 1. Change the light, move the sofa. Clear 1 surface. Add 1 scent. And feel your home begin, slowly, gently, to feel like somewhere you actually want to be. Subscribe for more cozy home psychology and watch the next video when you're ready, because your home can feel completely different. And so can you?